I could find many points of interest here in Genesis chapter 39. And I would like to invite you to share here in this post what you found interesting here in this chapter. To me, the first thing is that you find someone accepting from God things that he could not change. He was working as a slave. He could remain thinking about his father's home, how he was well treated there. He was the preferred child of his father, and he could ruin his life doing that. But he decided to accept his share in life, and far from his dysfunctional family, he could found maturity. And then we can see the secret of his success. The Bible says that the Lord was with Joseph. So what to do in order to have the Lord with us? Matthew 6:33 says that we should put the Lord first. Seek first the Lord and his righteousness, and all things will be added to you. So the Lord was with him, verse 3, and the Lord made all he did to prosper in his hand, and also he found favor in the sight of his master, and he served him. That's very important. He was successful and he found favor. Success and favor are two things that comes from God. When we put God first, when we decided to be his stewards, when we decided to walk with him, to honor him, when we have the notion of God's presence. Reverence comes from the notion of God's presence. And then he found that lady who was trying to call him to sleep with her. And again, Joseph was not fearing to be caught. That was not the issue. He was fearing to sever his relationship with God. So his question was, I am going to sever my relationship with my God. This is the thing I value the most. I am far from my family. I am suffering here. I cannot simply sever my relationship with God. This is the only thing that is sustaining me here. And then he decided not to compromise in the least. He decided not even to be with her. He could say, well, she's a lovely lady. I will not have sex with her, but I will just talk to her, you know. That's not sin. I am just talking. But he decided not to compromise in the least. That's other very important point in Genesis 39. And finally, the immediate results of faithfulness may not be good. Sometimes, for instance, you are faithfully tithing, or you are doing what is good in God's eyes, and you saw something that's not so good. That's what the case of Joseph. Trying to be faithful, he was put in prison, but in all this, God was working for his good. And even being in prison, he decided to walk with God and to honor God. Let us today decide to honor God wherever he may lead us to be. And let us decide to flourish where he will plant us today. God bless you. See you tomorrow.